and welcome everybody. These are certainly extremely challenging times for us. The coronavirus is forcing us to face health and economic issues that we as a society never had to face before.
And wish all of you good luck, both at the risk management challenge here, but also in your risk careers going forward into the future.
Everyone knows the story about the infamous Titanic. A ship so grand, it was often said by the shipbuilders that God himself couldn't sink the ship. It was unfathomable at the time. Until it hit an iceberg with such speed and intensity, it was nearly impossible to save. The Captain Edward Smith was quoted saying, "I cannot imagine any condition which would cause a ship to founder. I cannot conceive of any vital disaster happening to this vessel. Modern shipbuilding has gone beyond that." This sentiment of invincibility will be shared less than a century later by the principles of long-term capital management. They believed they had enough knowledge and control of the markets that they couldn't fathom a situation bad enough that will lead to the downfall of the fund, until it happened.
So in today's presentation, first I will describe some trading strategies and the hidden risk, and then Aisha will describe the stress test scenario and talk about the risk governance structures in LTCM.
And then there is volatility. Besides the direct shorting of volatility, an extraordinary volatility level can lead to a general flight to liquidity, which is basically what happened in 1998. And lastly, there is the model risk. We think that general economic, macroeconomic factors also matter as the inputs for the model. We think they affect the conditional distribution of other risk factors and also the correlation between them. For example, say with low GDP growth, high unemployment, low consumer confidence, it's likely we have an underperforming stock market, and also for stocks that have disruptive technology, they probably have low trading volume and high volatility.
In fact, when the market started panicking, these trades became riskier. In addition, not only were its trades part of its demise, but so was its size. Other Wall Street firms caught on and were imitating LTCM's trades, but the difference.
Then we fitted our model to get the hypothetical return from May 1999 until today. We could see that the maximum hypothetical loss would have happened in November 2008, which is negative 77% in that month. And the return today would be negative 48.
The last hidden risk was that LTCM was simply not looking at a long enough time frame when modeling their trades. They focused on financial data within the last 5 years, in which it just so happened that volatility was quite low.
So here are our assumptions. The S&P 500 loses 34% over the period. The VIX volatility index increases by 250% above its long-term average. Major swap counterparty defaults. Counterparties increase their haircuts on repo agreements by 50%.
Finally, we introduce VIX and the 30-10 spread to measure the market flight to safety situation.
We're looking at maximum 10-day movement of swap spread change in history. That was about 48 base points. And based on our calculation, a short position on treasury bond would experience 4.5% loss. And if we consider a typical 30-time leverage of LTCM, the loss will be as high as 135%.
If we hypothesize the presence of a central clearing party managing LTCM operation, we have to highlight that central clearing party tasks should decrease the number of transactions, reducing all contracts for each member to a single position on each instrument. So it would have reduced LTCM's exposure and LTCM leverage, but it would not have prevented the demise of the fund.
Had LTCM traded in a formalized central clearinghouse like the swap execution facilities created in Dodd-Frank, LTCM would have bore significantly less risk. Instead of Bear Stearns clearing trades directly with the counterparties, the clearinghouse would become the ultimate counterparty for all trades.
Even a single non-payment would trigger the cross-default provision and lead to default on all of LTCM's 7,000 derivative contracts.
Can you talk a little bit about how would the CRO operate and how would the dynamics between, say, PMs and CROs work, right?
This is prevented by model governance team that challenges the model assumptions and ensures that the asset behaviors are not misjudged.
Like, for example, audit team makes sure compliance of risk guidelines for traders, whereas with the risk management division, they're making sure that there's proper and effective reporting coming out of the risk management division. So there's also controls there to ensure that there's proper reporting.
This offers a framework to effectively manage uncertainty, respond to risk, and exploit opportunities as they rise.
So we recommend that long-term capital management strengthen its board of directors and establish a risk committee within. The addition of a chief risk officer would be leading a team of analysts that would be covering areas such as market risk, credit risk, liquidity risk, and model risk.
It was a hard decision, right? A lot of good presentations, well articulated. You guys all handled questions very well.
We think that these times really highlight the importance of the risk management and the risk management community.
And it's the IT side of the world, the programming skills, the digital model validation that you can do with that, with the quantitative models that are built in finance. So I see some of the professional software development, DevOps lifecycle, those policies and practices will start to become more important for managing models built within the organization.
Your role as a technical expert is both to invent and communicate.
Our mission is to promote, develop, and share professional risk management practices globally. We are a worldwide association. Again, the risk management as a profession is new and evolving.
Well, I mean, so the MATLAB challenge that we issued was actually based upon some prior content that we created that aligned well with the long-term capital management's kind of trading strategy and outcome. And what we thought would be useful was to provide you example code and let you guys kind of take that and extend the analysis and go a little bit deeper, much like, did you understand the hedge ratio or the co-integration parameters themselves? Ultimately, did you come up with a winning pairs strategy or even a portfolio of winning pairs trading strategies? And then, you know, how did you define the risk, the analysis that you had, as well as the metrics, and then the conclusions you drew from that? And then kind of the last thing was, did you make your code available, or did you document kind of your modeling approach well enough that somebody could kind of look at it and understand it and maybe even reproduce it? Third place team was Morpheus from Rutgers. They had a total score of about 80 points. Congratulations. You were also tied with UNB for the same points, but you're here. So it's good to actually meet the team and see you guys in person. The second place team was Risky Toronto with 85 points. And then the team that did the best overall was team 9893 from Baruch. They had almost a perfect score. So they did a really good job. So I'd like to congratulate all three of you.
I thought the challenge was really interesting. It was definitely nice to look at some code that is written for trading, because I personally, when I was doing it, I have like never done like algorithmic trading before. So that was definitely a really like nice experience to just see like how that works. And also it was really nice to like kind of think outside the box, like, you know, how to improve the algorithm, how to make it maybe more practical, maybe more flexible, so that that can be something that can be applied like in real life, in real time. So I think that was definitely a really nice experience.
I'm always absolutely amazed at the quality of work that students put together for this. And it's always, the hard part is to determine the winner. So it was a tough deliberation, and you know, but ultimately we decided with the majority of the people thinking that team 9893 from Baruch, you are our worldwide champions in the 2020 Risk Management Challenge. So congratulations.
Big round of applause. Very well done, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations,
guys.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys.
And